Hi guys, so today I did my first ever cooking video and I made my best, fattest, chunkiest deliciousness of chocolate chip cookie recipe. This is the best recipe that I've found to date. So yeah, I made them for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It kind of took a long time to film and, you know, edit and things like that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys want to see how to get my favorite chocolate chip cookies, then just keep watching. So I guess we'll just get started with the ingredients, and I will link down below the recipe, so if you guys are interested in this, I'll link the site where I got it from and then all the ingredients and everything you guys will need for these chocolate chip cookies. I'm really excited to make them. So these are my best big fat chewy chocolate chip cookies. It's the best recipe that I've found to date as far as chocolate chip cookies. They turn out amazing. However, I just realized that this is my very first time cooking in the oven in my apartment. So I am not used to it at all. I have no idea how to work it. So let's just cross our fingers and hope that it turns out okay, because when I cooked these at my home or my dad's house a few times, it turned out amazing because I knew that oven super well. So bear with me as we try to figure this oven out. We will just go through the ingredients first. Okay, so you guys are gonna need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a half teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of unsalted butter melted. However, I don't have butter in my fridge. I hardly ever buy butter. I just buy margarine, so that's what I'm going to use. It's pretty much the same thing, so butter or margarine, either way works fine. 1 cup of packed brown sugar and a half cup of white sugar. And then 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 egg yolk, and 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. So we're starting with the dry mixture, and what we're gonna do is add the flour, baking soda, and salt to the dry mixture. So I am just using, where's my flour? I'm just using this flour. It's just all-purpose flour, and we are going to need 2 cups of this. Your measuring cup, and pour out 2 cups of flour. Alright, so now that we've made like a mess everywhere, just gonna add flour. Oh, cooking probs. You're going to need a half teaspoon of baking soda. So the baking soda I like to use is just the Arm & Hammer baking soda. So all we need is a little half teaspoon of this little baby. Plop that in. What? I just realized there's freaking flour on my shirt. Dust it off, girl. Dust it off. You might want to wear an apron, but I don't have one, so I'm just wearing a basic t-shirt. So this calls for a half a teaspoon of salt as well, so we are just going to add the salt in. And that is pretty much it for the dry mixture. So we are just going to set the dry mixture aside. I'll set it over here, and we are going to move on to the wet mixture. Okay, so next we're just going to move on to the wet ingredients. Okay, so taking a separate bowl, we're going to cream together the melted butter, the brown sugar, and the white sugar. So yeah, we're just going to take this bowl. We are going to add the sugars first, and then I'm going to go ahead and melt the margarine. So we need 1 cup of brown sugar. You want to make sure it's packed down really well, so the measurement is exactly 1 cup. So 1 cup of brown sugar, and then a half a cup of just regular white sugar. I love brown sugar. It's all good. And then just do a half a cup of regular white sugar. So half a cup of white sugar. By the way, I had to change cameras really quick because the one I was filming on died, so I just changed into another one. If you guys are wondering why there's like a camera difference, that is why. Okay, and next we are going to go ahead and take our butter. I'm using margarine. Basically, it just looks like this. It's very similar to butter, but it's a little bit lighter and better for you. So I think it's better for you. I don't really know. It feels like it is better for you. You need 3/4 cup of unsalted butter. Go ahead and take a little mini bowl. And then just take 3/4 cup and go ahead and get in there. I just scoop it in like that and then make sure it's packed down really well. And put it in a bowl. So this is what the butter looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and melt this for about 30 seconds till it's completely melted. So I just added the butter into the sugar mixture. So this is kind of what it should look like. And now I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything together. Okay, so I just found out I don't have a blender. So we're going to have to improvise and use a spatula. This is like the only mixing thing I have at the apartment right now. So yeah, when you use a spatula, just make sure you combine it really good. Okay, so next we're going to add the vanilla and then the egg and egg yolk. So it says to beat it in, so instead of beating it, or instead of using a mixer, I'm just going to use a spatula, or not a spatula, a fork, and beat and cream that all together. So 1 egg, go ahead and crack that baby up, 1 egg yolk. Basically, all I do to get the yolk out is kind of like drain the clear stuff. So, yeah. So 1 egg yolk. And then for vanilla, I'm just using this Baker's Imitation Vanilla, and we're going to do 1 tablespoon of this. I'm going to put that here. I just put it in a little bowl, and I'm just going to beat all this together with a fork. So we're just going to go ahead and add it to this mixture. And if you're like me and you guys don't have a beater, then you're just going to want to stir it really well. Okay, so I mixed this together pretty good. And now we're just going to add our dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this at a time, because like I said, I don't have a blender, so I'm going to have to beat it by hand. Yes, I found my mixer! So I'm going to go ahead and mix the rest in just because I found my mixer, and it is a lot of work doing it by hand. So I'm going to go ahead and mix it in all together. As you can see, our dough is complete. Now we are just going to add the chocolate chips. And I'm using 2 cups of chocolate chips. You guys can add more or less if you want. So I'm going to add that in and blend everything together. Oh, you gotta lick the spatula. So that is the cookie mixture, delish. And now we're just gonna move on to putting it on the cookie sheet and then baking it, and then we are almost done. You wanna preheat the oven to 325 degrees or 165 degrees Celsius. And then also make sure to grease the cookie sheets or line them with parchment paper. I'm just gonna use, you can use butter or anything like that. I'm just gonna use Crisco and line the bottom of the cookie sheet. I'm just using vegetable shortening, so we're just going to add a layer of this. I just like to take some of the shortening and then put it on the cookie sheet like so. And basically you can have whatever size cookie you want. I just like to take a spoon and put little spoonfuls on the cookie sheet. So we're going to take a chunk of dough and just start plopping them on the cookie sheet. I like to do about 3 on a row, but you guys can do as many as you want, really. Bam! So that is what the cookies look like, and I'm going to go ahead and pop them in the oven. You want to put them in for about 15 to 17 minutes depending on your oven. I'm just going to watch them carefully because this is my first time using the oven in the apartment, so I'm just gonna watch them like every few minutes, check on them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven. Delish! So this is the finished product. They look so good. I'm just gonna let them cool on the baking sheet for a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cooking video. Comment down below what you thought. It was my first ever cooking video, so it was not that professional, and there was a bunch of like crazy things happening, and just my first time cooking in my new apartment. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and comment down below if you guys want to see more cooking videos. I kind of want to do a how to make homemade guacamole. So yeah, if you guys want to see more, please let me know, and let me know how you like this one. And I hope you guys enjoy the cookies. If you guys decide to make this, then definitely make a video or tweet me a picture or something like that. Alright, so I'll see you guys in my next vlog or in my next cooking video. Bye!